macha inafonyemu ekirowozo Joba kukolele akaimba ka buli kiseera ekiseera kyomala ng'oyiya eyo mukukera nesemeno kwata headset zo teeka ku matugo tandika okuwuliriza owulidde kibubu kyo eddoboozi muli mu kugono kuteera ne ku bisoko lesemeno bomse omusajja asinga okwegomba ku kyalo ku masaza ku miruka ne ku mirirwano amasogo neeraba mundu abirwamu lesinse enkola ebirungi n'ebikyamu obulungi bwotto katebe nze nakagwamu kabo kabeere katya oyagala kabeere katya akayimba kabeere katya oyagala nga kavuga katya obenswaga renzo gemegemico gemegemico yenze renzo gemegemico Tika ndi mukolo w'ekikankwala buno kuta Tata nyumirwa byose kagwe Tulabi kunyumira ne kumasuka Bulijjo yakira ne mukizikiza Yakanya bwazikira Bulijjo nina w'ekyamulisa Sweet heart, sweet nachi Bumse Ubatagala baby nze muswaki Ubapata baby nze mugati Ulinkuba ekiro ku mabati Baby onyumira mu buvasachi Sweet heart, sweet nachi Sweet batako mugati Sweet wakati Kabere katya oyagala kabeere katya akayimba kabeere katya oyagala nga kavuga katya obenswaga renzo gemegemico gemegemico yenze renzo gemegemico yademte gemegemico baby ikanono kayimbako karingitoniko inambe muku countdown yo obakakozesa nga kola tuniyo gimme ko yal dem zendaga kubiriko ndaga kumisono gye bakukopako njagala ku
Hi everybody, you're welcome on AIT Media once again. Thank you so much for tuning in, thank you so much for supporting us, and thank you so much for watching the videos. As usual, today is a new day, new topic, interesting. I have a special guest today. I have something different for you today, and I know you like it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please share this video everywhere, Facebook, your WhatsApp groups, everywhere. Share the video, like it, follow the page, and invite people to come and watch us. And today I would like and we have phone calls today too. I'll give you the number shortly, but yes, please feel free to engage, feel free to let us know what you think. And today I have a new guest. Well, I have two of them that you know, but I have a new guest that I would like for you to get to know. And right now I'm going to introduce my crew. I don't know if I should start with the guest or the guest should be last. What do you guys think?
The guest should be last.
Okay, the guest should be last. Okay, so let me start with Shabra. Hi, Shabra.
Hi, Beverly. Hello, everybody. How are you?
Lorna.
Hi, everyone. Lorna, how are you?
Okay, and also my guest that I'd like, introduce yourself, please.
Alright, what's up, everyone? I'm Blondell.
Yes, so that's gonna be our guest for today. So today we're going to have, today's topic is going to be, this is a topic that's kind of controversial and people have different thoughts about it, and I think even you guys are gonna have a different thought about it. Today we're going to talk about if fathers should take their kids for appointments, if they should go with their daughters to the doctor's room during an appointment, those things, especially like teenage daughters talking about things like pregnancy, sex. Should a father be there or should they not be there? So yes, that's what we're going to talk about, and I want to first actually get my people's opinions on what they think about that. I'll start with Blondell. Blondell, what do you think?
Well, it depends. For me, it depends on the age,
We're talking like teenage.
So if we're talking
18.
teenagers, okay, we're talking like early adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for me, at some point, at that point in your life, with your son or daughter, you would have had to have built a relationship, a trusting relationship.
Okay.
So,
So
as
which
far
is
as like
what side do you go to? Yes or no?
yes or no?
Yeah.
Personally, no,
Okay.
because I would have had trusted my daughter not to, hide any information from me or any, like, if anything was serious.
Okay.
As far as like my personal insecurities about her status, that's not something that I would, worry about or act on too much.
Okay. I'll pause you right there.
Okay.
Lorna, what do you think?
No, because I feel like privacy is like a big thing to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Even a little kid deserves privacy. So
Okay. Shabra?
Why am I always alone?
Okay. Just give us your answer. And we go ahead.
I think it's okay for fathers to go with their daughters for doctor appointments.
Okay, so I'm gonna first go back to Lorna. Lorna, you said something to do with privacy, right?
yeah.
So if a child goes with their mom to a visit, it doesn't have to be private in that way?
Hey. Okay. If my mom is watching,
Is it
whatever,
different?
whatever I say, because when I go home, but no, I feel like in terms of like Blondell said the age, depending on the age. So let's say like if you're 10 or 12 and going down, that's cool. But if it's 12 and going up, honestly speaking, there's some privacy that needs to be given.
Okay, that, but also if I may ask, like, you have a child, why wouldn't it be okay? You born this child and you've given birth to this child, so why isn't it okay for you to go and listen to what is going on in their lives, especially as a father?
But technically, why, as a father, why would you need to go check your daughter?
What if it's a single father and they don't even have a mother? So this is the father.
Okay,
and
the
mother.
doctor can tell them the results right after from the room.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing. There's some things the doctor talks to you. Like, okay, let's say someone who's 21. Dr. Najana Gamba, the doctor tells you, oh, you have chlamydia, right?
Yeah.
Your dad is outside waiting. The doctor's not going to tell him you have chlamydia. It's going to be like, oh, the checkup was good, I've given her information on some things.
Now, my question is, why isn't that okay if this is the parent?
Because it's
First
all privacy.
First tell me. Why wouldn't that be okay?
All right. So as far as I know about this specific situation, she was given a waiver to sign, right, to get the information released to the father.
Okay.
So in that sense, I don't personally agree with it because that's like she said, is intrusion of your privacy. You know what I'm saying? I think if I have a daughter and if I'm doing a regular checkup, if I have to take my daughter to do a regular checkup, that's in the case that her mom isn't there, because I feel like she should feel more comfortable to. It's something has to do with your sexual, well, not sexual orientation, but your gender. You should be. It's something like a connection between you and your mom, and like knowing what's going on with your body that you have that I might not understand or have a full concept of. So I feel like him asking or like demanding her to sign that, you're demanding your child to sign a waiver. You know what I'm saying? That's like
Contra issues.
It's not a healthy thing. That will never lead. Like that's hurting, doing more damage to your relationship than it is helping it. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's not something that, as a father, that person might see, but like I recognize that.
Okay.
So
Shabra,
I have to agree with Lorna.
About this whole thing of having fathers, this whole thing that they say it's privacy, it's a privacy issue, but that's your parent, though.
I feel like just because, okay.
So it's like people are insinuating that a father can't relate to what's going on in their daughter's life because they're male and they're not female.
I I feel like it's sad when a child has to learn about sexual health through his or her peers rather than learning through their parents. I feel like it's better if they learn it through their parents because they've been through it, and from when you're a kid, you're looking up to your parents because those are the people you've spent with most of your entire life, and those are the people who will guide you through your life. So it would be really good if if a dad finds out the daughter has chlamydia, he shouldn't get upset. He should just probably be. It helps him be more observant of their kid. Like, what is he doing wrong that he can fix? Is he advising her to do this better? Because you can get chlamydia just even with sleeping with one person. You know, it's not like means that you slept around or anything.
Yeah.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
So at that point, is it his responsibility at that point? Because at that age, shouldn't the daughter be free to make her own decisions? You can only, all right, this is the point I'm trying to make, right? You can advise someone or guide someone as far as like, learning about your sexual health. You can give them all the information you can, right? Yeah. At the end of the day, that person will make their own decisions, good or bad, right? So is it then your responsibility if they made, or is it not your responsibility, but does it fall on you as a parent if you've given them like all the information that you could, like if you try and then they made their own bad decision, if that's like the scenario? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
It's not like entirely falling on the parent, but
that's what I'm saying, is you're justifying it by saying that that's part of them learning about their sexual health, which I feel like you can only learn so much until you experience your own stuff yourself.
Okay, I have a question for the guy. So if you have a daughter, right?
Yes.
12 years old. 12, 13 years old, that's when they start their periods, and your daughter comes to you and they're like, Daddy, I need help. Are you going to send them to your sister or something? No. Yet you're there?
Well, first of all, I need to know what do you need help? If you need
like she wants you to,
if you're going through that time,
how to like put the thing on the panty.
Well, I've never heard of that being a scenario, but
it is a scenario.
If I was in that situation, first of all, I have to be informed. So if I need to get more information, I'll call my mom, my sisters. I have 2 sisters. I have a mother. Hey, Mom, this is what is going on. Help me out. Boom, and then I get the help, and then I show my daughter. That's my daughter.
So why wouldn't you feel like you can be in a hospital room when the doctor is asking her that, listen, do you have sex? Do you have this and this?
I don't need to be in the same room directly with my daughter to I shouldn't need to. I as a parent would have succeeded if my daughter can come to me about issue and say, hey, this is what's going on. If she doesn't feel comfortable telling me anything that's going on is in her sexual life, that's on her.
But the fact that
I grew up in so how I came up, I never had a sex talk with my mom. The only thing I was ever told by my mom was, I don't want any women knocking at my door and telling me that they're pregnant at your age right now. You're not ready to be blah blah blah. And that's all I had to go from. Okay. It's different from it's different on how you're raised. Okay. But for me, if I had a daughter and this is the point that she is in her life, I feel like she should feel comfortable to talk to me if she wants to, if she needs to. If she feels like she has to talk to someone or she wants to talk to me, she should do it out of her own choice, not me.
What do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But so your mom told you to, referring to sex, your mom said that make sure no woman shows up with a baby at my doorstep.
Yeah.
So are you more likely to talk to her about your sexual relationships? Just because, are you more likely... Can you talk to her about your sexual relationships based off of what she said to you through your youth?
I do not talk to my mom, to my mother or father about my sexual life. I talk to my sisters.
So how do you expect your daughter to come? Let's say if you say that to your daughter, I
don't expect it. I don't expect
So
it.
it's based off of how.
But I'm
you
saying that
raise-
if she feel comfortable too, then she should feel comfortable to talk to me. If
But
she
it
needs to,
depends
if
on-
she doesn't,
But
It depends on how you approach her about sex when you're
but that's
raising
what I'm
her.
saying.
Yeah.
You intruding her life, because I see it as
It's
intruding,
gonna be most
but
likely.
I see it as being intrusive.
okay, I want
You know,
to give you
I'm
a
seeing it from
scenario.
both sides.
I think we're thinking of like parents having both parents. I want to talk about when a girl has only a dad as the parent.
Okay.
Let's say the mom passed away, or the mom gave birth and dropped the baby there, and the dad is raising the baby. And the dad feels entitled to do that. Shouldn't he feel entitled to do something like that?
No.
Since he's the father and
Feel
he's raising-
entitled? No.
Yeah.
Feel entitled? No.
Yeah.
No.
As a
I
mother would be like,
understand
listen, I'm
the-
gonna go
the
in the hospital
intentions-
room with you.
The intentions are good, but you should never feel entitled to have
But how
someone's
come a
private,
mother
and that's
can say
private
that?
information.
How come a mother
But
can
also,
say that?
we're forgetting the main thing of you going to a gynecologist is to find out what, right? Is to find out that whole like thing, the question that was best off
It's so it's
No,
connected
no,
to
no,
being
no, no,
sexuality.
No.
sexuality.
It's being
But
just sexual activity. That's what you're trying to say.
Well, I finish your sentence.
the whole thing of to go to a gynecologist, right,
Is
as a
for-
female,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Yeah.
is to check that the test that they give us every like
Pregnancy
every,
test?
No, every 3 years. The
Talk
test that
about
they give
it.
us.
Oh, the pap smear.
Yeah, the pap smear. That's
Yeah,
one.
just to
right?
check. Yeah.
Two, also the gynecologist checks if you have like some signs of like cervical cancer, like some bumps growing, right?
Uh-huh.
Three, in TI's case, he went to check if the daughter is a virgin.
Okay.
Come on, man, you can't check if someone is a virgin just by going with a gynecologist.
Alright.
Because to become
Let her
if
finish.
someone to lose their virginity, you have to break the hymen, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's more confused as a father of how does a hymen break? Because a hymen breaks in so many other ways, not even by having sex.
So you think he knows that her hymen broke?
He doesn't know, so he's confused, right?
So he
So-
like opened her to see?
No, you would ask
That's
the
why he keeps because his thing was every time they even like if she goes to a party, she puts a note on her door at 10 o'clock, gynecologist. Like, you're not gonna find out anything
Okay.
if your daughter is a virgin or not a virgin. So I feel like in all that, I feel like the parents should be educated on what to like expect as a female, like as you say, the single father, right? As single fathers, I feel like they should just have a class on, hey, I have a female, this should happen. Or how Blondell said he'll call the mom or the sister. But I don't feel like a dad, you should go to a gynecologist with your daughter.
Okay.
Unless if they're of age.
I'm gonna ask a question. Listen. This is your father. How did he have you?
Me, I don't know that. Back in Uganda.
The way parents have kids. How do they have them?
Yeah.
Through intercourse.
DM.
All of you are old.
Intercourse,
I don't think
sexual
everybody's-
intercourse.
These days,
Say
what are we
Instagram
talking about
DM.
regular?
Okay.
These
The
days,
tradi-
people go
The traditional way.
Traditional,
The
okay,
traditional
cool.
way. Why is it that fathers, your father knows how your mom is, and by the time your dad is having your mom and they're getting married and they're having a child, your dad must be knowing things that happen to a woman. Why wouldn't it be
Some
okay
of
for
them.
him to
I'd
go
never thought of
and
that.
no? I mean, if your parents are really married and they have kids, your dad has to be seeing your mom naked every time.
I don't know.
Yes, that's how it happens because that's how they have sex.
I'm enlightened.
So
Yeah, I know.
why wouldn't it be okay for the dad to go and see his daughter? Yet this child actually even came out of her. The other kid, the wife yava somewhere else. But they're looking at him. But his own daughter, he doesn't have a right to see the daughter. Like, people have a problem with that, society. Why?
Actually, I'll say this. It being a kid or not, I feel like it's subjective. You know, everyone has their own way of, you know, they have their own methods, you know,
Okay.
of doing things.
Okay.
He raises his kids different than you and I or the whoever has
Of
kids,
course,
you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, like, looking at it from that perspective, who are we to really say how he should raise his kids, you know, or how he should handle that
I
situation
was actually
with the daughter?
talking from the thing that happened, TI, where people were like bashing him on the internet for taking his daughter to
Yeah, I
check
don't
if
agree with
he's a
that.
virgin. If she's
I
a
don't
virgin.
agree with that. I think here's where he went wrong. He went wrong by going public with it.
Yeah.
Because
That's his child,
now
though.
you're putting
No, that's
no, I
public.
understand, right? But
Yeah.
he didn't. You don't know whether or not your child wants that information about her out in the public, because now she's open and she's vulnerable to all types of reactions. How do you know? How do you feel like she's gonna deal with that?
But
You
she's
don't.
the
How do you
same girl
know?
that's always putting her body all over social media.
That doesn't mean
That
anything.
doesn't mean
That's
anything.
just like
You
saying,
as a parent, like you putting that information out on your of your daughter, you're making her vulnerable to all types of like energies out there. You know what I'm saying? Like that could affect her that could damage your relationship with her, damage your trust with her. She like if it's different if you have a conversation with, hey, we're about to have this conversation. Is it okay if I blah blah blah? If you have a conversation before, which clearly in that type of situation, that's something that comes up, and he might have just said it out, and he didn't, he probably didn't mean to, or it was just sometimes you say things, and then you look back at it, you're like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have said that, because now people are starting a whole different story about
Asking
it.
yourself, why do I feel like people think that T.I. taking his daughter to the gynecologist, T.I. was there with the doctor, like staring down.
Right. We don't know
but it's
the
not.
details.
I don't feel like it's not the case.
We don't know the full details of
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah.
And
Anyways, so I have another question relating to this. So fathers don't have the right to sit down with their daughters and tell them this is how sex happens. This is how this and this should happen.
Don't have the right. Who said
They
they
have a
don't have
right.
the right?
Because that's how people take it. They're like,
Oh,
oh my
okay.
goodness, your dad talked to you about sex.
I want to say something controversial.
they have a right, but also like look at our culture. I don't know why we have senga. We don't have a koja. So talking about that certain situations, I think
Koja, they
For
are
men?
Kojas.
They are.
uncles.
Yeah.
Where here in Boston?
No, in
Yeah.
their culture.
In
Oh.
in
Alright,
most
please tell me
conferences
what
in
senga
most
is.
gotta
Koja.
try
Let's get it close.
all right,
Get it
so
close.
a
I don't
senga
know.
is an
I don't
auntie, a koja is an uncle, right? But like
A senga is an aunt,
That
your dad's sister
That
that
talks to you.
advises you into marriage. That's
Okay.
supposed to be there. And then the koja is your mom's brother that talks to the guys about marriage.
but
Everything that has to do with it.
you
Yeah.
guys also are forgetting that I've never seen
That's a Ugandan
in
culture thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
in the whole in this community, okay, in the Ugandan Boston community, I've never seen that a koja is gonna talk to the guys. It's always senga, girls come because there's a senga talk. It's never boys come because there's an
Koja.
uncle. It's
Uncle
koja
talk.
Yeah,
Mhm.
uncle talk. So I feel like
So you don't think that-
when a man grows up in like just our society, in the Uganda society, a man grows up and honestly they don't know what's going on.
So do you feel
They
like
talk
should
about
be-
this conversation comes when a man is going down the aisle, how you have to treat a woman, how you have to treat her in this and this, but they never educate them as they educate us. So your question was that like with something about like guys,
Is it like fathers for them to sit their daughters down and be like, this is how sex happens, this is how it goes down, this is
I feel
what
like
happens.
I feel like it's okay if he's educated in that area.
I'm just asking broadly, is it okay?
It's okay.
That's fine.
Okay, then it would be okay for my dad to come into the room with
No,
me
it's not.
and
It's
listen
not
to
okay.
what's
No.
going on with my
Those
body.
are two different
yeah,
things.
you
Those
can't
are
now.
two different things right
That's
there.
not okay.
Shabra, what do you
Having
think?
having a conversation. Oh, go ahead.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
go ahead. I already said that it's okay. I don't think T.I. was staring down his daughter's vajayjay. Maybe
How
he
do you know
was
why you're
seated
there?
on the side. Well, we don't know. It's half and half.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like you said, you have single fathers. There are situations where like they don't even have any female life, like nothing. It's just him and his daughter. Like he should be able to go into the room, know what's going on with his daughter's life.
So she just has to
That's
suck
too
it up and get
personal.
over it.
Yeah, but like, of course, it's gonna stop at an age, eh? Like, let's say 18, because that's when, you can go into a room by yourself. You don't have to go with a parent anymore.
I mean, I see that. Like I said, it's you don't know how this guy, like what his plan is with his daughter. You don't know how he's raising his daughter, it was just a statement that was said, and everyone's just making. Everyone's like reacting, so we don't.
I think we should maybe
on.
take a break, a short musical break. Should we? Or you still want to talk?
Sure. No, music. I have something I want to say.
Okay. Yeah, so anyways, as we're going to go on, I'm gonna give a few other questions. I'm gonna get a few other questions and I'm going to read out some of the comments that have been coming in. They're kind of funny, so I don't know if I should do it now or I should do it after our break.
I think you should do it after.
Yeah, so we're gonna go into a break and we'll be back very shortly. Hey. Yo, welcome back to the show. So again, I am going to read some comments before we go on with our next topic. So Agava Arnold says something to do with we'll open her up. Yes. I mean that's what people insinuate. I think like
Open her up how?
like I was talking about the topic of the father. Should the father like be talking about those things, like how those things happen?
So this commenter said open her up.
They're just laughing about it.
Yeah.
And then Christopher puts popcorn. Oh, and Chris says Obanga Kevedachi. What is he checking? Whatever is there.
You people, this is like serious. We're talking about serious issues, and it will be because this happens in everybody's life. We all have, well, not all of us, but like, we really need to start talking about these things because it affects us. I feel like it's like the biggest part of our lives, even though we don't want to. The fact that we don't talk about it so much just goes to show it's the biggest thing of our lives. So these comments, yeah, they are funny.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Somebody, Caleb says, moderator, why had questions? What do you mean had questions? This is life.
Hard question.
The things I'm talking about is life. So Sean Hudson says, me, I don't know how parents give birth.
Yeah.
Same here. I'm on the same page. I say that.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Londell, you don't know?
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay. Good. See? You don't know?
I've been knowing.
Okay. Just Lona, I don't know what
You
you're
need
on.
to teach me 'cause me.
Arnold says again, fathers must teach sex education to their daughters, not only singers and moms.
Yep.
Yeah, so fathers need to tell you what to do.
Because
things.
yeah, they're the people who spend with you the most of, like, you spend most of your time with your parents. Why would you have someone outside of your family tell you about something when they don't even know? Because I feel like the way you express yourself sexually even has to do with your personality. So it's better for someone who knows you better
Yeah.
to talk to you about these things.
But some parents are shy.
That's the thing you have to break.
That has to be broken.
Some parents are
Some
shy.
parents are shy in that talk, that whole talk.
They
I think
shouldn't-
it's a problem in the whole community that
Yeah.
people don't want to talk about anything related to sex.
I've learned about sex too online.
And they want to talk about sex behind
And friends.
closed doors and, whispering.
As they say, like those people that take their kids to Christian schools, or to people that say like, oh, my kids should just stay in church. Those kids end up pregnant.
They are the
They're
worst.
the first ones
Yeah,
to end up pregnant.
yeah.
So, you
Tell
ready to
us
talk
more about it.
See, Joe?
I actually have a good question.
Uh-huh.
So, what age range do you think is a moment to have the talk?
13.
Or what is it? And what gives you like the clue that okay, now is the time to have this talk, because I already see signs.
Actually, I feel like it's not even the age. I think once the girl gets her period, that should be the first time you talk about it.
I think, well, I'll answer too. I think it's when a girl starts growing those parts, the breasts,
Adolescent, yeah.
see the ass, all of that. You have to say, because now people are
already grown.
gonna be attracted to her when they look at those things, because those are like sexual things, right? What do you think?
Adolescence.
What age?
Yeah.
Oh, 13, definitely.
13?
Because
Yeah.
girls get their periods at like 9. So you gotta tell them.
I think
Like,
In this
that's a little-
generation,
that's
that's-
What do you
old.
think?
I think younger.
Younger?
That's
Kids of these
Younger.
days. What
I
age?
know.
Like
For
what?
me personally, I learned at a very young age.
If you had a daughter, what age
My
would
first
you?
experience was very young. If I had a daughter, I'll probably say 7 years old, 8 years old.
What are you telling them?
Listen. Not a full blown sex talk, but
The
like
basics.
yeah,
Don't
like
let
I'm starting
anybody-
to. Okay, don't let anyone touch you over
There.
here.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone.
Okay, that
when
makes
someone
sense.
touches you here,
Actually,
kick him in the nuts.
that has to
And
go even
friends.
younger, like
Yeah.
even all the
Yeah.
way to 4 years old.
Like,
Yeah.
because me, I
And
was,
babysitters and judges.
especially in Africa,
People have experiences
Yeah.
with those things, heard stories.
walking to school alone at 7 years old,
Seems so personal.
with the rest of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and all they need is like a lollipop.
Yeah.
Come talk to me. Here's a lollipop.
And you go to.
Yeah, that's a nice dress you have on.
Come here. Okay.
Come
Caleb says that's out of our culture, and they gave the responsibility to Sengas for a reason. That's the mentality I don't like.
Wait, what?
Like, okay, so the
He's
Sengas
saying-
we're talking about are the aunts that they tell. Like,
Okay.
in like our culture, they have these aunts, like your dad's sister.
Sisters.
Mhm.
She's supposed to tell you about these things, about marriage, about sex. So he's saying that that's how it's supposed to be. It's the same, the aunt that has that responsibility to do,
It's
not
supposed
the
to be.
dad. Yes.
I don't like that statement.
What if a dad
Yeah.
doesn't have a sister? So what do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, they'll always get you like a female from that side,
But that's
cousin or something.
it's annoying when you don't have a stranger come tell you about your body.
It's not, honestly speaking, a stranger gives you even better advice than someone that you know.
Really?
That's dealing with like
Mm.
issues like
It's even
confidence
okay.
issues.
I've
self-esteem
seen
issues.
people where they've grown up where they don't have a dad sister or someone to tell them about that, but then they can come to my mom and my mom tells them, you know.
But your mom
straight up.
knows them.
Mm-hmm.
My mom
Kind
sometimes-
of knows them.
Oh, if anyone, I'm even on camera, and people that are watching that know my mom, even though my mom doesn't know you, right? She'll let you know what's up,
But
but
it's
she doesn't
still
want to see you.
Uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, she's telling you as like a parent would tell you. If you come to her with a question, because people do come to her with questions, she just answers it as based on her knowledge about it.
Y'all talking about sex being private, but you like it.
I didn't
What-
say
like,
it was.
It's private.
That's why I'm
so-
giving an
No.
example of my mom. It's not for her. It's you rather say it than being quiet, and then the consequences come, and you're like, I wish I said it. And it shouldn't be even a mom. If your mom is shy or whatever, even a stranger can give you good advice about it.
Okay. So the next one, Penny says fathers can. Why not? We must remember some are raised by single fathers. That's what I was saying. They take the role of the mother, so they're in that picture of being the mother too.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna shower the kid from the age they're 1 until I don't know they start showering themselves. So
They've seen it all.
yeah, like
Okay. Okay. Rashid Chiwewa says, when are you bringing back MP Sejiri? Sorry, this is not a political show.
Wrong show.
Wrong show. On ask
This
the
is
people
free
on
and feminine. Did
Saturday
you even
on
say?
I think Political View. Yeah, so tune in on Saturday and watch that show. He might be there sometime soon. Irene Kamikaze says, I think there's a stigma around females talking about sex and expressing themselves sexually. Men aren't looked down upon when it comes to expressing themselves sexually, whereas women are.
we're
I think that
condemned.
must be something that needs to be broken as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the whole thing of not having men, having women being quiet about what goes on in their bodies and like about their bodies sexually, and like they have to keep it between them and their mothers. I don't think it's a right thing. Like we need to talk about these things openly.
It's so annoying how they even teach those singers, the aunties teach the daughters how to please the husbands, but they don't teach the husbands to please us because we
Yeah.
have needs too.
Wendell, tell us, do they teach the men how to treat a woman right?
In the bedroom.
Like have a conversation.
In the
Yeah, yeah. Like girls, actually, they have conversations and they're like, okay, so you need to touch a man like that. You know,
Okay.
you have to
Let me be
shower
very
him.
clear.
You need to
When guys
massage
have
him.
conversations about sex, we're talking about the wild stuff. We're not talking about pleasing, okay? We talk about sex like we talk about
okay.
sports. I don't know if that makes sense, but
As real as
that's
it can
that's
be.
that's
Okay,
That's
that's
all I can say
interesting.
about
Well, us girls are actually taught to like be like, calm. You have
Tender TLC.
to massage his feet when he comes back, take off his socks.
Tell me more.
Give him a shower, wait for like hot water in the bath.
Yeah,
bring
make sure
hot
he's
water.
ready.
The hot water could be.
Yeah.
For us, we compare positions. That's what we do. That's what we do.
How many positions are there?
Yeah. So have you ever tried this? Have you ever? Oh no. That's it. That's it.
Okay, Arnold says again, Caleb, they're telling Caleb, girls have to know what their dads think about their sex. Otherwise, they'll get exposed and go astray. Once my daughter gets to 14 years old, I have to assure her, ain't no guy going to play around with my blood.
What if someone did already?
Before 14?
Yeah, how will you know?
Exactly.
Well,
Because
at
they're
least
just
he's
waiting
making
for
it
14.
known.
What if someone touched that one or someone already slid? Then what?
Slids. Well, yeah, that's true. But I think, no, like all of you said, you have like that age whereby you're going to like mentor the kid. But
Listen.
of course, you said 7 years old.
We can only say things. But when the kid is outside of the house, you cannot control what they're doing.
I mean, it's better to say
So,
than not to say.
You're saying you better start
mostly a
early.
female. And well, honestly speaking, for a female,
Can't stop
you
them.
can't. Once they tell you something,
Is it
you'll
true,
be
Shabra?
allowed, and then you can go do your other stuff.
What's true?
Like I'm asking, like, do you agree with her that people go out there and do things after even telling them other things?
I did.
That's true, yeah.
You did? Oh, okay.
We've all done it.
I like Blondell. I should have you here more often. Caleb says, Penny, it's easy for a child to open up to someone they don't know that much than their parents. I think that's what Lorna was saying. That's the whole point of setting up this thing. So he's like, the whole point of setting up that whole community thing of women have to talk to kids is because
But
I don't really
that
get it.
affects, like, we need to bring back close relationship within parents and their children, because in the end, if a kid messes up, they're not gonna tell that, oh, the community, look what you did, the community. No, they're gonna go to the
better to go back
parents
to
and
the
be
parents.
like, yeah, and you're gonna be there like, oh, okay, the community didn't do it right. That's
That
not gonna
is
be
a
the
very
reason,
valid
because it's
point.
coming from your house. Regardless if the world's teaching them, your parents are responsible for you. So we really have to open up this sexual talk within parents and their children, because it's just it's not only helping with sex, but it's also helping with other things. Your parents, because parents who are shy to talk to you about sex, they're probably even shy to talk to you about other things also. So
Yeah, I think it opens up a relationship between you and the kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
because
Okay, so Sean says, I don't think sex talk is a comfortable talk, but it's a talk we gotta have if we're to better ourselves and better our kids' health.
Instead of judging the girl that, hey, this one is doing, she's not married and she got pregnant, but just talk to the person.
yeah, there's a reason
over-
behind that.
yeah.
There's always backstory. There's always a history.
Bro.
There is.
Maybe share the
I hate.
bad experience.
I have to say. Let me not even use the word hate.
Yeah.
I dislike people who are like that. Quick to assume.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've seen this
Our
one. This one is
community-
fake.
It happens a lot.
Our
I
community
hate
is like
it.
You
they
want less in
have
our
like
community.
a gold medal.
It's disgusting.
For
It's
assuming.
a nasty.
They're gonna see you
attitude
dressed
to
a
have.
certain kind of way and they're like, you're a hoe.
Those type of people I stay away from. You will never be invited to
I'm
anything.
starting to stay away from such people.
Okay, Shabra, you had a topic to talk about, right?
A topic.
You had a comment.
Yes.
Yeah, I was quiet because I was thinking about it. But
Say it.
oh man, I feel like the reason why, especially Ugandans, Africans, we're against like men, fathers being involved in daughters' life is because of incest. Because a lot of parents are worried of sending their kids over even for like a weekend to a house where there's a man, because they're worried that
Even
man
their
is
own
gonna
fathers.
do, even their own fathers, worried they're gonna do something bad to them. And it happens. We're not gonna say it doesn't happen. So the thing that we're bringing awareness to this is for girls to know that such things are not supposed to happen to them, and if they do happen to them, they should speak out about them, because they don't deserve to be they don't deserve to go through anything like that at all. So
Lorna,
yeah.
what do you think? You think that's a problem?
Yes, it's a problem. Like I said, when I have my own kids, mostly females, honestly, no offense to like anyone, but I wouldn't take them to like a cousin uncle. You feel me? Like I trust my brother, you know. I can take them to my brother, but I can't take them to a cousin uncle or like even aunts. Like aunts, females these days be raping. Tyler Perry, they raped him too when he was a little boy. So like I can't. But Jaja, the babysitter, a friend in class, no. And also if your kid comes to you and tells you, hey, like mom and dad, this happened to me, believe them. Because honestly, it's come from afar.
Do believe them and do not even try to like shut it off, hide it away, because if you don't
reputation,
because this is gonna affect you badly. If that kid also has their own kids and it happens to them, they're not gonna speak up.
It's gonna be a cycle.
So
definitely.
Okay, so Blondell, do you think that could be a reason why fathers are not really they don't really put fathers in that position?
Yeah, I could see that being a reason. I think, like, I agree that it's I wouldn't trust another man around like my kids if it's an uncle. Like, I know personally, I know people close to me who've been victims to like incest, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's taken them years and years to finally like talk about it, feel comfortable to talk about it. So I think it's a common occurring thing. It's disgusting. I would not trust you unless I know you. If I trust you, I'll take that risk with someone who I love dear down in my heart, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then to just bring him to a random uncle, nope.
Okay. So, I'm having a back and forth between two people here.
They will do with themselves. Just with another person's comment.
Okay, Lynette says, oh my gosh. Lynette is talking to Caleb and is saying, please, Bambi, the men for this generation need direction. Men, sorry, boys, need to wake up and they need to be spoken to. About sex.
I know.
They do.
I mean, yes.
I go back to how...
Yes. Hudson, please, AITV, get a Koja show. I'm tired of watching Senga show and all they talk about is females.
Yeah.
Like,
I
also
think there
get the
needs
guys.
to be... Yeah, that's a good point. There needs to be a Koja show for guys.
Koja show, yes.
Yeah, my number one
No, he shouldn't be married because Rajagama, he's not married. He shouldn't be married, but he should know...
Let him be married so they don't talk a lot.
People talk. Even in the Bible it says, before I knew you, I formed you. So you talk. But we need to have a Koja show because the guys need to know also how to treat the woman. I hate when marriage is almost coming and then somehow guys, that's when they start talking to guys. And they don't even talk about sex. They talk about, oh, your woman don't probably hold phone calls at night. Or don't beat her. Come back. Don't beat her. Try to cook a little bit. But that whole thing, they miss it.
Make sure you provide.
As if women can provide.
Okay. Somebody had a topic. Was it you?
No, the purity thing.
Oh, yes. Hey. Lorna, I want us to talk about a little bit about that purity thing that you were saying.
Purity ring.
Yeah. What are those? And like...
So basically, purity rings, all the staunch Christians, don't attack me because, you know, but how I know purity rings, the main thing about purity ring is you not to have sex until you have walked down the aisle with your whatever best friend. So, but the thing with that, with the whole purity ring, I don't think you should get it unless it's within the heart. It's like marriage. A ring is just a ring, right? Yeah. But it depends on what you have in the heart for somebody. Because when temptation comes, you can take off the ring and cheat on somebody, right? Yeah. So it's just a purity ring. You have a promise between you and God. So if temptation comes, you can take off the ring too and break the promise with God, you know? But I feel like a lot of people get purity rings as a way of like saying, I'm not gonna do it again, or I'm not gonna do
just to hide it on the outside.
Yeah, just to hide it. But honestly speaking, I don't know if anyone knows this, but God honestly sees your heart. Regardless if you lie to us, the outside people, it's God seeing your heart. If really.
So, would any one of you have a purity ring? Blondell, would you get a purity ring?
I would not. Because here's why.
Why?
For the purposes, for the definition of a purity ring, I'm honest enough with myself to know that, hey, if I'm not 100% that I'm gonna commit to this lifestyle, I bet that stay away from me. Let me watch you guys be perfect.
Will you get a purity ring?
Honestly speaking, purity ring means a lot of things. Before I answer my question,
Oh, now it means a lot of things.
it
Okay.
means do not drink, do not think things that we all do, and basically you've already broken the purity ring thing. But yeah, you can
Just say what the outside wants to hear.
That's not an answer.
honestly,
Yes.
no,
Okay.
because the reason why
You're
I have
explaining a
I have
lot.
to explain my answer.
Okay.
The reason why I wouldn't get a period ring, because I know people are gonna be like,
You're
oh
gonna
my
do
gosh,
things.
she's having sex. No, the reason why I'm not gonna get it. I don't want to put a ring on. I promise to
do
God.
something.
And not even having sex, but period ring means a lot of things. It's not only sex. It's a whole lot of things. But
No,
in
it
terms
means a lot of things.
but in terms of sex wise, yes, I would get a period ring if it's only sex. I would get a period ring.
If it's only sex.
Cause yeah.
Shabra, would you get a purity ring?
No, I would not get a period ring.
Okay.
I'm dealing with other stuff in my life. And that's helping me deal with other stuff in my life. So no, I would not get period ring.
But no, I feel like you should honestly get a purity ring if you know your heart and you know you're not gonna break that promise with God. Cause honestly, once you break a
so
promise,
it's to do with God.
it's to do with God.
It's like
That's how
having
I
a
see
wedding
it.
ring then.
All right.
Yes.
I have a question about that. So are we attaching your goals or your lifestyle, this lifestyle, you're attaching a lifestyle to this object, right?
Is it even right to have those things?
Like, what is that? What is the significance really?
Yeah.
Can't you have to attach it to an
ring.
object?
Lorna.
Because
Personally, I can't do that.
some people don't have self control. You know, I feel like it's in their mind that if I don't have this ring and I go do something, like maybe God is gonna punish me.
What
or
if you
something.
get drunk and you even forget about it?
God forgives.
Well, I don't think it doesn't make sense to have an object to like hold your life down.
It's what's in your heart,
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't.
You can remove it
subscribe to that.
and do that whole thing.
Someone is asking me here, would I get a purity ring? No, I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Because I'm not pure. So why would I get a purity ring? It's not gonna make me pure.
You're not pure in what way?
I'm not
you
perfect.
asking
No,
me to-
no, it's
not
not
perfect.
No one is perfect, but pure ring doesn't mean that you're.
I mean, it's supposed to make
So
you like
it's-
pure.
Yeah, kind
Ah.
of.
Yeah.
Then if that's the case, I'm not getting a pure ring.
Because yeah,
Because no one is perfect. Purity, I think it just honestly just means like you don't have sex after marriage.
purity
Okay,
because
so that-
like
It has this thing of drinking this, and this.
And
but
yeah,
it
because
goes down to
Christians
sex.
only follow this.
somehow
The
someone
sex?
Yeah, only the
someone
sex
wrote
thing.
down that purity means being pure, like saying that sex is dirty, drinking is dirty, doing drugs is dirty. Somebody said that, so people follow.
I don't
that.
like the way people bring out sex to be such a bad
Sin
thing.
is a sin.
I don't think sex is a bad thing. I'll put that out there. It's a thing that happens, and all of
It's
us
a great
came to
thing.
I think
came
how,
to. See, I told you I love
Listen,
Blondell.
listen,
I watch
no,
you more
listen.
on here. Yeah.
sex. No, I'm not disagree with y'all, right? Okay, I don't even know sex, honestly speaking. Right?
So you're saying
Honestly,
sex
I'm
is
saying-
a bad thing?
I'm saying, I think it's a bad thing to our community. Like, for example, like my sister who's married, if she talks about sex, hey, you're married, right?
Uh-huh.
Me, if I come talk about sex, in what way? In our society, a forbid abomination.
So you're going with the society.
That's what
I
we
have to go with the society.
We have to
Why?
break those barriers. We have to break those barriers because
when you
some of our parents even had us without getting married.
But they're gonna tell you.
But they never say
But
that.
they're gonna tell you that they had hard times. Bava,
Even as you're having hard times,
They
we
didn't
drink
know.
these days.
What does
as a
this
younger
society
age.
that
Chichi.
you owe it to society? What
You-
has
what
this
do you-
society done for
Loda,
you?
when you
What's
guys
That you feel the obligation
But
that
yeah,
no,
I
but-
owe this purity of no sex to these people because what have they done for you? First,
What have they-
document it.
But
I
at
don't
the end of
understand
the day, sex has a lot of things, right? It has diseases like chlamydia. Gonorrhea.
Why you be going?
Why
would you
protect
It has a lot of great
Uh-huh.
things.
It don't matter. You can even